Welcome to All For You Stories, where we want you to think different so you act different. Let's go. Someone with No One, Chapter 16, New Beginning. I don't know exactly what felt different about entering the church, but something changed. The people appeared the same, but the way I viewed them was different. I didn't feel judged or separate from them, but instead felt like I belonged. I even saw people who remembered me because they waved with a familiarity in their smile, and it made me want to smile like them. The walrus waved to me from across the church, and I waved back, but turned in the other direction so he wouldn't be tempted to come and crush my midsection. We sat in some chairs near the front, and Chantel's mother left to get some coffee. While the music played, I read the words on the screen with the intention of understanding them. A lady sung in the background whose voice sounded so sweet, I took my eyes off the screen to find her. She sang with her eyes closed and her hand waving in the air and seemed so at peace. I went back to reading the words, hoping to feel what she felt. Chantel's mother came back with a muffin for all of us, and it took everything within me not to bite it while she still held it in her hands. Instead, I waited for her to offer it to me and then took the one with the most cinnamon. I put it on my lap and continued reading. How wide, how deep, how great is your love for me. How high, how endless, and oh so beautiful, and oh how you love me. Oh how you love me. Oh how you love me, Lord. When she finished singing, I clapped with everyone else, and then the man in the ugly green shirt stood up wearing a shirt uglier than the last time. It had white buttons and a flowery design, which probably belonged on a different shirt. He introduced himself and told some joke about a blonde lady stuck in a car and then started his sermon. I don't know if his sermon made more sense because I paid attention or he taught it differently, but this time I understood it. Not only did I understand, but it felt like no one else came to church and the message was just for me. The pastor told a true story of a shooting somewhere in Pennsylvania with some Amish people. I had to remind myself how Amish people were people who wore big hats and didn't believe in technology, so they didn't use televisions, computers, ovens, or anything. Well, a man came in and shot some Amish girls for no reason. Their ages ranged from 6 to 13, and the image of them being tied up and shot in the back of the head made me hate the guy on the spot. I wonder why he would tell us such a sad story in a place where you were supposed to feel good. And I'm sure the expression on my face showed that I didn't get it. He went on to explain how forgiveness is something very important to the Amish, and they made a point to absolve and forgive the man who shot the girls. They went to his funeral to show support for his family. And even though they don't normally take donations from outsiders, this time they did take donations from outsiders as long as part of the money went to the shooter's widow and her 3 kids. I found this to be unbelievable. If a person could do anything not worth forgiving, it had to be this. But for them to forgive him and want to take care of his family, that seemed to go beyond forgiveness. Their actions floored me. To forgive someone who did something so heinous and evil made forgiving my father seem like excusing someone who accidentally stepped on my old shoes. The pastor explained how holding in feelings of anger eat away at a person and stop them from doing the things in life they're capable of doing. The second he said this, I felt Chantel's eyes staring at me like lasers. But her stare was nowhere near as piercing as the words themselves. She touched my leg, but I ignored her because I didn't need her to let me know what I needed to do and where I needed to go. So you ain't made for these streets, huh? The old man asked, sitting up from his pallet of rubble. Yeah, I'm gonna go give it a shot with Pops. I'm telling you, I've been lying all my life. And if there's anything I know, it's a liar. The man who came through here, he may be a lot of things, but he ain't a liar. And I know a liar if I see one. I can't say he won't drink again, but I do know he don't want to drink. And if you're going to stop, that's a good place to start. I straightened up the pillow and blankets and pushed them beneath the front of the car. No one ever came back to sleep here, but I knew one day somebody would. I would say I'll see you later, but I don't think I'll mean it. I said to the old man, the best thing you could say is that you won't see me again. I told you before, you don't belong here. Well, I won't see you again then. Maybe I'll come back and tell you what I learned in church one day. Nah, you don't have to. I told you, I'm mad at God now, and I don't know when I'll stop being mad. The last thing I need is for you to come back here preaching. I'm not going to preach. I'm just learning some stuff. I hope it turns out good for you. Just in case it don't, I'll keep your spot warm for you. I smiled at him and walked out. On the way, the dog who led me there turned into the alley. I reached down to pet him, but he walked just beyond my reach.